Opening credits. Ancient history. A concise overview of ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, and ancient Rome, including the Egyptian mythology, the Byzantine Empire, and the Roman Republic. Written by Eric Brown. Narrated by John B. Leen. Opening credits. Ancient Egypt. A concise overview of the Egyptian history and mythology, including the Egyptian gods, pyramids, kings and queens. Ancient History Book 1. Written by Eric Brown. Narrated by John B. Leen. Introduction. In this book, you will find both the history and the mythology of ancient Egypt. This period of time in the Egyptian history is commonly accepted to be between the years circa 3100 BC and 332 BC. These are the years when the land of Egypt was united into a single kingdom, and when Alexander the Great, the king of Macedonia, conquered Egypt and forced Queen Cleopatra VII to surrender to the Roman Empire. Whether you want to learn more about Tutankhamun, whose tomb was discovered in the year 1922 and filled with gold and riches, or Cleopatra VII, the famed last queen of Egypt, you will have the opportunity in this book to learn all about some of the most prominent rulers of ancient Egypt, as well as the history of the pyramids, temples, and religion, how the Nile was an integral part to survival, the Egyptian army, and battle practices, how transportation and trade affected life, the daily life of ancient Egyptians, as well as their mythology, time periods, and dynasties. The life of the ancient Egyptians was not easy. If the water level of the Nile was only too high or too low, it would cause devastation. They were isolated, yet they always have to be ready for an attack on the pharaoh and their capital. Upper and Lower Egypt were both quite different and separated, making it more difficult to govern. Yet, in order to live prosperously, both portions of Egypt had to work synergistically. This took the effort of the pharaoh, local governments, and the people. It was not an easy environment to live in, but by working together, the people were able to survive. Chapter 1. The Periods of Ancient Egypt. When discussing ancient Egypt, there are many time periods that are mentioned, and these are classified by important events and the rulers of Egypt at the time. These time periods range from the very beginning of Egypt, when they are forming into a single country, to the dissolution of the country. Pre-dynastic period, circa 5000 to 3100 BC. Much is still unknown of the period prior to the unification of Egypt into a single country. Before the reign of the pharaoh Menes, there is not much evidence of who the ruler was. The belief of ancient Egyptians was that before the rule of Menes, the land was ruled by gods and then followed by demigods. The most common belief was that after the creation of the earth, the land of Egypt was ruled by the sun god Amun-Ra, and then by his heirs. Later on, it was believed that due to near-constant attacks from powers of darkness and rival gods, the pharaoh god Osiris was murdered by Set. Osiris was one of the most well-known and loved gods in Egypt, and was married to his sister, Isis. He was known as the Lord of the Underworld, Judge of the Dead, the Lord of Love, Eternal Love, and King of the Living. Set was originally loved, believed to have saved the sun god Ra, and to help people both in life and death. He was said to rule the Upper Egypt. However, this changed once he was believed to have been the first murderer, who murdered his brother out of jealousy, and then tried to murder Osiris' son, Horus. From then on, Set's rule brought chaos to Egypt. When Osiris was murdered, his son, Horus, the sun and falcon god, was believed to have defeated Set and brought peace back to Egypt. After he passed away, it was said that he bequeathed his throne to humans, and that the pharaohs were reincarnations of Horus. Not much is known of the pre-dynastic period aside from the mythology. This is because mythology was incredibly important to the ancient.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?